All right,
Hey,
so
that's
the stream
always
is live.
always good. I ran
Yes.
into a similar issue at one point in time because whenever I have problems with my computer, one of the suggestions is always to clear my cache,
Yeah.
and I didn't do it one time, and I was like, I can't figure it out. They're like, "Did you do that?" And then so I did it, and then it worked. One of those problems. This is just water, by the way, today, Ben.
Hey,
I am.
actually, I can now open up my LaCroix Pamplemousse.
I have begun not drinking caffeine again. I've noticed that it makes me irritable. Sometimes it makes me enjoy things more.
Caffeine makes me irritable, especially when I don't have it first thing in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. It's a vicious cycle. Man, I start drinking it because it makes me happy, and
Yeah.
then everything just makes me mad. Very, very strange.
I almost had a cup of coffee right before we started just because I'm been kind of sleepy, but like I do want to get to bed at a reasonable time tonight.
Yeah,
Hey,
that was the other thing. Oh,
I
yeah, go ahead.
I did something today. I want to get your opinion on whether or not I did the right thing.
Right, and then you sent me a note
Yeah, I have a
about
self correction of something we talked about. Oh, and
yeah, but
also I also have something else about. I may bring this up when we talk about Primus. Um, I'm walking to Annex today. If you
yes.
might be able to tell, that's where I am. I don't always wear the shirt when I come in, but it just
Well,
happens to
I
be
know
this
I
year's
know from
time in
the
the
magnet
rotation.
behind you and the
Yeah,
office,
yeah, the
which I'm
location.
familiar with. I've been in that
You are.
office
You have
before.
sat in that chair while we recorded the very first podcast.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. Over 10 years ago, and I haven't changed the furniture layout in here. I'm walking to Annex and I'm crossing the street, and there's a guy on a motorized bicycle. It's not a moped, it's not a motorcycle,
Yes.
but it has an electric motor and he's zipping along. He zips right next to me, a little too close for comfort, I might add. I got kind
Hmm.
of irritated. He blasts through the intersection, which is a three-way stop at this intersection.
Yes.
And I hear something hit the ground. And he doesn't stop. He just keeps on going. And what had happened was his AirPods case had fallen out. This is mine, by the way. His AirPods case has
I thought
fallen on the
I
ground.
really thought that you had pulled out his AirPods case. Yes.
So no, this is mine. It actually I had it customized. It has my name on it.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and at first, so my instinct is to be like, well, that's not my problem.
Yeah.
Because he was going so fast. Even if I tried to yell at him, like he has apparently AirPods in his ears, he wasn't going to be able to hear me.
Right.
So my first instinct was to just leave it
Oh,
there.
I will say this for people that don't have AirPods. I don't have AirPods, but I have these Skull Candy
Yeah.
earbuds that are very similar. For people that don't have them, what's going to happen is he's not going to be able to charge his AirPods.
Right.
And also I want to point out because this is really interesting. At first I was like, oh, wait a second, you charge the case and then the case charges your. That's a stupid design. How it's great.
It's
I
it
love it.
works. It actually works really well. Except
It
I don't
works
know
very well.
if you've had this instance. I actually had this instance happen to me. A very common occurrence where one bud does not charge us to
Ooh,
100%. So like I go bebopping to work one day and like only one works and it's not good.
that's
Anyway,
never happened to me with these.
and they're also like
Um,
you can set up noise canceling on these things. By the time I would have like I recognized what had happened,
yeah,
and
he
if
was.
I he was long gone, would not have heard me.
Yeah,
And like I said before, my instinct was to like not be my problem to just walk on by. But then I thought, you know what? These are just sitting in the middle of the intersection. They're gonna get hit by a car and destroyed.
yeah.
So I do pick them up. And then as I'm walking to work, I'm trying to decide what to do. Like, should I like bring them to the office and like put a Reddit post on Reddit saying, "Hey, if you dropped your AirPods case, I have them. Whatever, let's meet up." No way to tell. if it was a person who actually dropped them or somebody looking for a free AirPods case and that.
Yeah.
So I remembered that these are trackable. There's a
Ah,
your phone knows where your
yeah.
case is. So
That's awesome. Maybe I need to get a pair of AirPods.
when this guy so what I realized was when this guy notices that his AirPods case are gone, he can look up where they are.
Hmm.
So I placed them inside a doorway that's out of. If you're not looking for it, you're not going to see it, but it's not like hidden or anything.
Yeah.
But it's these AirPods, and when I go home tonight, I'm going to walk by the same thing to see if they're still there. They're just inside an unused doorway over here on East Pine Street. Hopefully, this fella who it
Near
was riding his bike a little bit too recklessly, I might add, finds his air case, and they're not stolen by someone else.
near where they were originally.
Yeah, like a half block away.
Yeah, I think yeah, the thing that I would have done and this is, maybe my OCD being on display or whatever. I would have kicked them closer to the curb so a car wouldn't run, but I would want them to be in almost the exact same area
Yeah,
that he lost them so that he wouldn't know that I had any
I
uh you know any
yeah.
dealings
If they
whatsoever.
didn't, I mean, chances are they're not going to dust for fingerprints on this thing. But like, if they didn't have radio identification or tracking
Hmm.
availability, I probably would have tried to put them where as close to the curb or whatever that they were dropped. But it was a busy curb, out in the daylight. Who knows what would have happened to them?
So yeah, no, I think that's great. What you did a good job, Ben. I
Thank you
think
for that
so.
validation, Paul.
Yeah. I was just thinking about there are Lime scooters around all over the place around here,
Yeah,
and I was thinking about how we share the sidewalks with them, and it's not like that big of a deal anymore. Um, but you do have to like pay attention and get out of the way because the people riding them, even if they wanted to stop, it'd be a little difficult.
yeah. I
Um,
I mean, I've heard stories from people who work in emergency services here that like the instance of people coming in um, because of Lime scooters who've been injured while riding a Lime scooter is pretty consistent.
yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, because people aren't usually wearing helmets.
Rarely,
Uh,
if ever.
yeah, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Me personally, I don't think I like walking. I like walking to a the walk from my house to the light rail station or to the sorry the L station, the red line station from where I'm at is just at the cusp of being tolerable for me.
Yeah,
Right? It's like 10 minutes, not that big of a deal. Now, here's the thing. If I have a destination, there's a place where I'm going that I want to get to and I can walk there in 20 minutes, it's actually okay for me to walk 20 minutes to get to somewhere, like an actual place. But if I'm getting to transportation to go to another place, then I like it to be like 10 minutes or less. So,
otherwise you should come to me.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were talking about how the what is it, 15-minute cities, is that what they call them? Where you
Is it
can get
15?
to anything you need to in
Yeah,
15 minutes. We are not that. There's some stuff that we can't get where we're at right now.
I am, if
But
not lower than that, just because I live
yeah,
downtown.
yeah, you can basically walk anywhere that you
Yeah.
need to.
Or there's enough public
I mean, we're
infrastructure around here.
yeah, we're close, right? And for me also, it's like I live next to, this is the thing that's important. I live next to a transportation hub. It's not just the Red Line station, it's also tons of buses
Yeah.
go to that station as well. So
Have you
it
ever
is
taken any of
funny.
those buses someplace?
Well, here's the thing. The bus that I normally
I don't
take,
ride buses, Ben.
no. The bus that I normally take has another stop that's closer to me than the
Yeah.
one where the Red Line is at. But it's not so close to me that I would walk there instead of the Red Line. There
Yeah.
are a couple buses that do go to the Red Line that are a lot closer to me, but that little walk, I mean, I kind of need it. You know what I mean? It's like okay.
Yeah.
So,
I
for
mean,
the
I could take a bus every day if I wanted to, but like I like my mile and a half walk up a hill first thing in the morning in the rain.
yeah, right. Um, sorry, I've just that's my notification to you that I understand you're being sarcastic. Um, no, when I was working as an electrical apprentice, that was one of the worst things. Riding on, I bought a uh little scooter from Sonia Walker. It was great. Uh, but there was a hill, one of the places that I went to, and it would move so slow up that hill. And I had a lot of cars. I mean, people in Seattle are not as aggressive drivers as people in Chicago are.
Yeah.
Chicago, uh, people are a little bit more aggressive. You get people passing you on the shoulder, you know, even
But
on a residential street,
they still
that
can
sort of
be
thing.
impatient here
Yes,
and
and
use their horns.
I would have people tailgate me while I'm riding on this
Was this
scooter, which
a gas scooter?
gas scooter, yeah.
Wow, yeah.
But still, I mean, it's not super fast, right?
No.
But it is within the speed limits of the roads that I'm on. But someone would drive like right behind me, and I'm like, I don't think you understand. I can't go any faster. I'm at the
Right.
limit of that what I can go to. So you are gonna just run me over. If you if I brake right now, that's it. I mean, they were
Yeah.
inches away.
Yeah.
That kind of thing would bug me a
I
lot.
figured the closer they got to you, the more you would want to move out of the way.
Yeah, well, except on a the types of roads that I was on, can't really go anywhere else.
Yeah.
This is the thing. So yeah, but now I'm a walking guy. I like walking. It's good.
I
Walking
don't
guy.
I don't have my Vespa anymore, but sometimes I
I don't
do
have my
wish I
Vespa
still had it.
anymore, but sometimes a walking guy. That's a being dumb.
Hey, walk-ins
Um,
welcome.
uh, thank you. No, I'm not. I'm not. Um, I will tell you, a friend of the podcast, Andy, who I think you maybe met, if nothing else, he was on the podcast one time. Friend of
Yeah, I
mine from,
don't know if I've
uh,
met Andy in person.
but you have been to the town where Andy and I both lived for a while. Anyway,
Yeah.
Andy sends me a picture and he goes, look what look what I saw when I went downstairs to do my laundry. It's a good thing I didn't get murdered last night. Now, what he sent me was confusing to me because I was looking at what was outside his door, which was a towel with a pair of shoes on it.
Okay.
So, in my mind, some random person put a towel and a pair of shoes in front of his door, and he's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "I didn't get murdered."
It's a
What he
sign.
actually, what he had actually taken a picture of was the fact that he had left his keys in the door when he went to bed. So the keys to his apartment were. inside
Oh,
of his door.
so a communal laundry room.
Well, no, he was going to the laundry room, and when he was going to the laundry room, he saw that for the entire evening, his keys were in his door,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
and he took a picture of his door. I'm looking at the towel and the shoes, but in the foreground and in focus is his doorknob with his keys in it. So I should have known. But I would say to you, Ben, which would be more frightening to you? You you see that your keys have been left in your doorknob, or a towel and a pair of shoes of someone that you don't know are sitting right outside your door.
You know what? I would be thankful that they are honoring the shoes off rule in the house, even if they've come to murder me.
Now, Ben, do you have a shoes off rule?
I do not have a shoes off rule, but I don't have a very big place. And
Yeah.
so I generally just take my shoes off, and I don't have company, right? So I just take my shoes off anyway when I get home because it's more
It's really
comfortable that way.
interesting. We're a halfway shoes off place.
You take the
We
left one
Meaning
off?
we normally take our shoes off unless we're going right back outside in a second,
Yeah.
or any of that kind of thing. But it does mean we have little tracks, little prints all over the place.
I watched this. Are you familiar with the YouTube channel Climate Town?
Tell me about Climate Town. I am not familiar.
Climate Town is a YouTube channel hosted by a guy who has a climate and science policy degree,
Okay.
and he's really funny. Like he's taken like stand up and sketch classes, but he's also pretty smart when it comes to climate change and fossil fuels and big oil and all that. You should check it out, Climate Town. It's like a more nerdy John Oliver, but focusing on climate.
Is he British?
No, he's not British. I think he lives in Brooklyn. However, it's not like a John Oliver type, but the show.
For those of you who don't have the podcast, I'm just making faces at Ben going, but then why? But then why?
My
Why?
point is,
Yes.
I watched an episode last night. He actually did an entire episode on Senator John Kennedy. And I was reminded of when you and I spoke about John Kennedy a
Yes.
couple of weeks ago on the podcast. And so in this episode, he's just talking about how John Kennedy is just a straight up fool and elicits disinformation to discredit climate scientists in Senate hearings. And then I remember you saying, "I think sometimes John Kennedy has good points." I'm when
Yeah,
he's
it's
talking to
it's
somebody that I don't agree with.
it's really interesting. It's only when he talks to somebody that I also disagree with, and he makes a statement that, like I'm just asking you, Ben, a simple question, Ben. Now, this is just a simple question. Do you think that people that eat food should pay for the food that they're eating? And I'm like, yeah, that makes get them. That's right. People eating food should pay for the food that they're eating. Would you go to a restaurant and not pay for the food? Well, no, I would pay for the food at the restaurant. So why do we give lunches to school? And then all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, no, wait,
Yeah.
no, wait, hold on.
Why are we teaching these kids they can get an automatic government handout
Now,
when they're poor?
now let's talk about this for just a second. I don't know that John Kennedy has ever been against school lunches. I was trying to pick something that I knew both Ben and I vehemently, vehemently. Is that even
Vehemently.
vehemently uh, agree with? I think both of us school lunch programs. Yes, right, Ben. Your
Yes, I am
kids
pro
can't
school
learn when
lunch.
they're hungry,
Nope.
and so there you go. Um, don't come at us if you're pro.
Senator Kennedy stands.
And even though also, like I said, he just it seems like he may align himself with people that don't like kids getting to school. I could be that could be totally
I
um
think he's very anti-government handout anyway.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
I just thought it was an interesting confluence of like my
Yeah.
podcast and this YouTube show I watch.
I heard about this guy and now here he is in this other thing.
Yeah,
Um have we talked about did you watch The Boys? You watched The Boys,
I
right?
have not seen the final season.
But you have seen it.
I
So if
have
I
seen it.
say Huey
I do know who
from
that is,
this
and
is
I
okay,
know who
so
his parents are.
do you know Reacher, the TV show
I
Reacher?
know of it, but I've never watched it.
Okay. The man in Dungeon Crawler Carl, the novel, uh, is going through it, that the character, about Ben, I hate to say it, but do you remember a Game of Thrones of that show?
Game of what?
Was that period of time when I was obsessed with the casting of that show? That was pre-podcast. The people who listen to this
Yes.
podcast never had to sit through me
No.
talking about. You have,
But if they're regular listeners, they know that was a thing because we have
and
referenced it a lot.
could have ended my marriage. Jennifer has told me several times. So I don't want to get too deep into it. But here's the thing: people are doing the thing that they always do.
Being wrong on the internet.
Will know when they fan cast things. Uh, they try to cast someone who is usually already in a show that they like, who is similar to the character.
Yeah.
So in this example, Reacher, the guy who is in Dungeon Crawler, Carl is a sort of a tall, heavily built man,
Okay.
right? And people are saying he'd be perfect, but in the books, he's like in his 20s, and this guy is not in his 20s. And also, this guy is the lead of another very popular TV show. The idea of leaving your very popular TV show to be in another TV show seems a little odd. But one of the other people that they mention uh, is Jack Quaid, and so I'm I'm looking. Somebody says that Jack Quaid is 6'4". He's not.
I
He's
don't think
six
he. Yeah.
two. He's 6'2.5", which is still
I'm surprised he's even that tall.
it's still tall, right?
Yeah. Taller than I
Um,
am.
and I I'm saying to, and I'm like, wait a second, and so I'm saying to Jennifer, how tall is Dennis Quaid? Do you know? And she's like, no. And then I said, how tall is, and then who's Jack Quaid's mom?
To Meg Ryan.
Yeah, how tall is Meg Ryan? And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, because apparently Jack Quaid is 6'4", and she's like, and I'm like, and I don't think that's right. This is somebody on the internet said this, and I don't think that's true. Because that's a lot taller. He's still taller than both his parents, but
But
that's
he's
a
not
lot taller.
taller than Carl Urban, and Carl Urban is
Carl Urban is tall
yeah.
for sure. Um, and we would say, wait a second, Dungeon Crawler Carl Urban, why not even? But he is again much older, which you could do.
Carl in the books is supposed to be in his 20s.
Yeah, and
I mean,
you
it's
know,
not like film or TV adaptations of books have ever messed with anything.
yeah, I do think it would be, now that we're talking about it, I do think it would be funny if it were, because Carl Urban, out of it, the voice is over. What's he going to be doing now?
He's still in the Marvel universe, I believe. I don't know if they're still making those
Wait,
Star
who
Trek
is he?
movies.
Who is he in
He's
the Marvel universe?
he's been in the Thor movies. I don't remember his character's name.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I just missed it, I guess.
Well,
But
he's got a shaved head. He looks completely different.
anyway, people were saying that people have mentioned Jack Quaid, who is not. This is the thing: is he's not big, not a big guy.
Heavy set, is that the description of this character?
Well, not heavy set, but
Barrel chested.
yeah, muscular. They
Oh, that kind of
they
big.
like like I said, this is why I wanted to know if you had seen Reacher.
Yeah.
That guy, a
Jack Reacher.
football player
Okay.
looking guy.
Yeah.
You know, like broad, not
Wait,
necessarily
he's
heavy set.
abroad?
Hey, hold
Hey.
on. I'm starting to like this picture. Give me a second. Um, but anyway, but nobody knows anything about anything, right? So it doesn't really matter.
Nothing
Um,
more true has ever been said in the history of the universe.
hey, I tell it like it is. Um, so anyway, the but I don't want Jennifer to not want to watch or to get upset. So she said, "Why are you asking me all these questions about Jack Quaid all of a sudden?" And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just
Oh,
interested in
no
how tall
reason.
people are. Um, which she didn't buy it, obviously, but I didn't start talking about Dungeon Crawler Carl casting to her either. Which
Dungeon
I think,
crawler casting.
oh yeah,
Dungeon casting Carl.
Dungeon casting. No, that doesn't work. I like yours, Dungeon casting, casting Dungeon. No, here's the thing. I feel
Forgetting
like
Sarah Marshall.
who? Hey, we did it. Oh,
Uh, I think she
so
was at the Alamo.
there's no Sarah Marshall at the Alamo. Um, so the no caffeine thing happening again.
How long
Uh,
has it been since you quit the sauce?
it has been a whopping 2 days, I think. Um, no, it hasn't even been 2 days. I quit it
It's
yesterday,
been
Ben.
3 hours.
Well, because here's the thing: is I had gone away from it, and then I drank another thing yesterday at like 1. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drink this at 1. That should be fine. But it made me agitated.
And your caffeine was from like sport drinks and stuff. You didn't like drink black tea or coffee or anything like that.
I would occasionally drink coffee, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
but normally energy
Um,
drinks was what I liked.
yeah.
But then Ben, I think I mentioned to you about this. I started drinking drinking this stuff. I started
The floor
drinking this stuff.
recognizes Senator John Kennedy.
I started drinking. You know, you know. Here's a question for you. If I'm making you a caffeinated beverage called Cajun iced tea, and I spelled the Cajun with a K, and there's a picture of a gator on it. Do you think it should be made in Louisiana? I don't know what you mean. Well, this one is. Okay, that's great. No, it's
Senator, this is a hearing about increasing the speed limit on the freeways.
how fast you gonna go when you're drinking some Cajun tea in Louisiana? And doesn't matter.
I don't think anybody should be drinking and driving unless it's with one of these Cajun iced teas.
So I still have a box full of them. But here's the thing about them. They were like $3 a packet, which is about as much as an energy drink. But
Is it
if
a
you think
powder?
about it, yeah, it's a powder. To get enough for 1 month, that's $90. And when you buy them all at once, you're looking at it going, this is a lot of money. So that I'm cutting those out. Um, I still have them left, but it's one of those things of where I'm like, oh, I can't really do anything about that.
You'll come back to them eventually,
Or like save them for a special occasion.
or they'll go
Ooh,
bad.
yeah, I don't know. They probably last a pretty. They're sealed in their
Yeah.
packages. Oh, by the way, I'm not wearing the leg thing anymore. But I still have my Carhartt bag.
You're not wearing the legs just like as a general rule.
Yeah, here's the thing. You might notice, Ben, that I'm wearing a mustache now again.
Yeah, I did
Uh,
notice the mustache.
when I'm wearing my coveralls and I have this mustache, I look like I might be there to work on something. But the big light blue leg bag, and here's the other thing is I kind of bought it with the idea that I might try to get Betty to wear it. Betty has
Like,
a backpack right now.
like as a bonding exercise.
No, no, as a no, no, I mean like okay. So I got Betty a bag. And if the bag didn't work, I had this other because I bought them a leg bag, but it was poorly constructed.
Okay.
But they seem to like it.
Okay.
And there's this other one that also I think works, and I think they might like it better. So I got it just in case they didn't like the backpack. I was using it for a while, but I again, it looks it's nice, but it does look a little. It makes me stand out a little bit. And the mustache and the coveralls and this, it's all supposed to be. Hey, you don't have to worry about me. I'm just a guy. I'm probably supposed to be here. That sort of thing.
That's a good way to get into places you're not allowed.
Ben, I'm not saying that I'm doing any of that, but I am saying that if I am found somewhere where I'm not supposed to be, maybe people will understand. Um, and that's why this, it says Carhartt on it, Ben. Who has that except a working man? I
Yeah.
ask you. So I think it's all going to work out. And
Uh,
I have my Carhartt boots as well. I'm just going to be a normal. I'm a normal guy. I'm not a normal guy right now. Right now I'm wearing Turkish. What do they call it? Poncho. Uh, for
good.
lounging around the house, nothing better than a Turkish poncho.
Could have
By
fooled
the way,
me. Look, just from my angle, it looks like just a normal
uh,
just a shirt or a hoodie.
a shirt of some sort. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I went downstairs after I got my after I shaved off my beard, had this mustache. I just said to Jennifer, someone's been stealing my manila envelopes, as something that this guy might say. I have
You
some
know,
unusual activity on my credit card. That sort of thing. Just a normal guy.
diabetes.
Oh no. Am I as old as Wilford Brimley was when he did those commercials?
I don't know about those commercials. I want to say that he was in his mid 40s when they filmed The Thing, and he was already a fully formed Wilford Brimley in that movie.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They want to be us.
I'm okay, Mac. Just let me come inside.
Man, okay, spoilers for the thing. I think we've talked about this multiple times, but every time that we bring up the thing, I like this. Did you hear, have we talked about the controversy at the end?
Um, the only tell me if I know what the controversy is, because the only controversy I can think of in regards to the end is when Keith David and Kurt Russell are together at the end, like at the very final shot. You can see Kurt Russell's breath, but you cannot see Keith David's breath, and so are taking that as an indication that Keith
Oh,
David is a thing.
well, there's another, it's the same thing, but there's a piece to it.
Okay.
That when he takes a drink and then gives it to him, that what he's drinking might have not been alcohol, but something that was like
So Mac is giving
kerosene.
a drink to Childs. I don't remember.
Wait, who's which one? Which one is which?
McCready is Kurt Russell. Childs is Keith David.
Yeah, Mac gives something to Childs, right?
Yeah,
And the idea is that what Childs is actually drinking isn't alcohol, and
but it's
that
some sort of liquid that's supposed to expose him as a thing.
well, like if you Ben, right, or if I hand you a flask of whiskey
Yeah.
and you take a sip and it's kerosene, you're gonna have a reaction. You're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I don't think I swore loud enough for you to have to beep it because of how you were saying but
yeah.
just so that's the idea.
I'd never heard that little. I don't know if I'd call that a controversy, but I'd never heard that little bit of fan theory.
I just saw another piece of fan theory on YouTube that I did you watch The Wire? You watched The Wire.
Oh yeah,
The final episode,
I don't recall the
um,
final episode. Is that where they have like the fake funeral for uh, what's the main character's name?
McNulty or
McNulty. Yeah, is that where they have like his Irish wake inside the bar?
oh, I don't know. Spoilers for the Wire.
Well, he
The scene
was
that
there.
I
He wasn't dead.
the scene that I'm talking about is one that I believe is from that last episode, uh, where so again, spoilers for The Wire. McNulty is making it look like there's a serial killer,
Yeah.
so that he can get more funding. And there's a journalist who is making up the fact uh, that like he saved someone from the serial killer. And there's an undercover police officer who is posing as a homeless person because that's who the serial killer is basically trying to stop. Or that's who the serial killers are. No, they're trying to stop the serial killer from killing homeless people.
Yeah.
But anyways, people have pointed out that the guy who's supposed to be homeless is wearing a wedding ring. And in one of the earlier episodes, Bubbles is looking at a guy who's supposed to be undercover, and he tells him that he needs to get rid of his wedding ring because he would have pawned it by now,
Yeah.
being on the street.
Yeah.
And so people think that David Simon and whoever else were in the show, they put the undercover guys in a wedding ring to show that the Baltimore Police Department doesn't learn from its mistakes. And
Fair.
other people said that maybe Wardrobe just forgot about it.
Yeah.
But I ask you, it is possible that Wardrobe forgot about it. But you, Ben, as an editor, right? Eventually, if somebody is going through an edit with you and the ring on this guy's finger is prominent,
Yeah. I was gonna ask how prominent. Like, do they focus on it? Is it?
he's got his hand up on a fence and you can see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it's pretty well in frame.
Almost as if it was staged to show it off.
This is what I'm thinking. Not too much, not like,
Yeah. Not like
but
a punch in close up of.
but he's standing in a way that is maybe not just an acting choice. Yeah, but it works. It looks. But my point is that even if something on the day did have that ring there on accident, someone else chose to have it in the final cut, most likely.
Yeah. And this was before the days of like just telling Photoshop to delete a ring easily, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
We can't reshoot it. We
Man,
can't get rid of it. We just have to live with it.
but it's great. It's a wonderful little metaphor. Oh, speaking of wonderful little metaphors, I am now on book seven, the this inevitable ruin. And something I found out that was very interesting. Spoilers, I guess, for Dungeon Crawler Carl, although I don't know what it's a spoiler of. You asked me if I keep the dust jackets on the books, right?
Yeah, I did.
One of the
Because when I
Yeah.
read
So,
books with dust jackets, I often take them off because it makes the book slip out of my hands.
oh, Ben, I didn't even think about this. I can't show you on this one because it's a bad word, Ben. You'd have to blur it or
I'm
something.
not, I can't blur it.
Um, so I'm not going to show it to you. But if I were to take this cover off, there's a there's a phrase on the front cover.
Okay.
The phrase is different, most likely for every one of them. I only I only saw the one for the book before this. I haven't looked at the front covers of all the other ones,
It's a dirty
but
phrase.
it's a this one is, but it's a okay. So this is spoilers for um the Eye of the Bedlam Bride, and I'm not even going to spoil it. I'm just going to tell you
Are
what it
these all
is. So
books in the Dungeon Crawler Carl
they
series?
are,
Okay.
yes. Eye of the Bedlam Bride is book seven, I believe. So I took the cover off. I go, oh, I wonder what this feels. And on the cover, Ben, is the words, "I need a baby seal." And I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. A non sequitur, right? I was like, what a weird thing. And then I'm reading the book. Towards the end of the book, that sentence all of a sudden makes a lot of sense,
Yeah.
and it's crazy,
It's like an Easter
right?
egg.
It's like an Easter egg, but a, a pre-Easter egg, a
Priester
priester
egg.
egg, if you will. Hey, we
Hey,
did it!
we did it.
Yay! Um, so I really like it. I think it's fun that they're doing it. But it reminded me of something, and this is a good thing for us to talk about for the last 12 minutes, I think, on this number one of two that we're recording today.
Yeah.
Um, what I think is that um, I I feel like non sequiturs are, for the most part, some form of inside joke. There is some logic, even though we don't know what it is, and that's what makes them work. I bring to you again the idea Monty Python. Monty Python's Flying Circus, there are things that I thought were hilarious that didn't make any sense. And then later on, as I got older, I would find out something about British politics or find out about a person. And
Yeah.
oh, this funny person that they're pretending to be is actually a real person.
Yeah.
They didn't just make up this guy. And the stuff that I thought was funny, I thought it was hilarious. I cracked up laughing. Maybe isn't as funny as I thought it was. Like they when they made it didn't mean to make it that crazy. It just seemed crazy because I didn't know about British culture.
Right.
And I again I threw in the idea that at some point in time you and I could make a comedy show based in a foreign language for a foreign culture with completely different like tropes and stuff. I still think it would work, but we never really did it because it would be too much work. And we
And that would
don't
go against the GudeLaurance
that would go
ethos.
against our ethos. Yes, exactly. So so I was going to talk a little bit more about that, but then I realized also wasn't there something else that we were going to cover? We were going to cover Primus. We're going to cover Primus.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Uh, last week, we talked about the new video for Primus,
Yes.
the old Grizz name of the song,
Yes.
and I mentioned that they had another video that I watched recently, and what when I looked back to try to find it, what I realized was I was thinking about a video from the Claypool Lennon Delirium, a side project that Les
Oh,
Claypool has with Sean Lennon, son of John and
yes.
Yoko. And the video or the song is called "The Golden Egg," and the singer is Willow. I don't know who that is, but if you haven't looked up the Claypool, and I have a hard time not saying Lennon McCartney. The Claypool Lennon Delirium music videos. Check them out. It's like really trippy animation. They're a lot of fun to watch, and the music is great.
Cool. I will do that.
But
Now,
I almost texted you again yesterday, not to talk about Primus, but to mention because we talked about their version of Holy Diver with Puddles on lead vocals.
yes.
And I don't know if you've watched. There's a video on YouTube where like Primus and Puddles sings this song, and it's like at like in New, I think Bell Harbor, New York, I think. And so it's just like a dude in the crowd with his phone. With that said, it's a remarkable recording. It sounds really great, even though it's being recorded on like a cell phone. But I was gonna text this video to you in case you hadn't seen it yet, and notice that Puddles is referencing the lyrics on his phone and not missing a beat whatsoever. Like he's just that good.
Ah,
But I looked in the comments, and Puddles is actually the first comment on this video asking if he could rip it from YouTube and apologize him for using his cell phone since he had little time to prepare.
yeah. Wow, wow, wow. That's very cool.
Quite the professional that
A
he is.
couple of these things. Now
But if
you did text me last night. I didn't respond to you,
jerk.
but well, it's because I saw it.
No, it was like after
And
10
it was
o'clock your
probably,
time. I didn't expect a response.
and I figured if I would write you at 7 my time, it'd be like 5. No, wait. Yeah, 5
Yeah,
your time.
5 a.m.
Yeah. So, and you are listening to Los Angeles. So what did you text me? Do you remember? So I can't look it up because
You didn't even read my text?
no, I did. I've forgotten it between when I read it and now.
It just says I have a self correction for the show tomorrow regarding
Oh,
Primus.
so that would explain how I knew that you were going to talk about it.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
we
We're
mentioned
we're
it
doing well.
earlier on today.
Yes. Um so good. So that happened. I have bought a new electric razor and I haven't used it yet. This right here, what you see here, um, this is stubble that was left because I used my peanut. Do you know the peanut? Do you remember the peanut? It's my little razor that I would use because it would keep me from getting shaving bumps.
I do not recall, Your Honor.
Well, now uh, the company that makes the peanut, I saw that they had a razor that uh, apparently is for people who get shaving bumps.
Yeah.
And so I bought it. And one of the things that it said was that when you buy it, you should leave it plugged in for 18 hours before you use it.
Okay.
And then,
Fully charged
because of
battery.
the battery and how the battery works, you should shave with it until the battery is low and then leave it on to run the
Fully
battery all the
drained the
way out
battery. Yeah.
before uh, charging it again because that's what kind of battery it is. It
I
has
was
memory. Do you remember
told
those
that.
kinds?
Oh yeah. In fact, I distinctly remember somebody much smarter than I in this area saying that battery memory was no longer a thing, and we didn't have to worry about fully draining a rechargeable device before plugging it back in.
All I can tell you is that the user instructions for this thing that I had right now explicitly called out that I had to do it.
And I know you're a rule follower, as am I. The owner's manual for my car says to put in the expensive gas, and so I buy the expensive gas every time I fill my car up.
Ben, this is great. We're ending the podcast on a this episode of the podcast on a
Goodbye,
important
everybody.
note. Yeah, see ya. Um, oh man, for a bit, Ben, that would be too late though.
Yeah.
Um, and we'd have to do something immediately afterwards. A brand new podcast. Oh, but no. So here's my question.
Yeah.
There is gasoline, but not gasoline. Car fuel made out of corn. That's
Yeah.
1.99 a gallon here in Illinois. What kind of cars run on it?
They have to be specific type of cars. I can't remember. It's not ethanol. It's not methanol, I don't think. But it is a very, you can't just put it in regular combustion engines. It has to be a special engine, I believe. If I'm
Right. I
wrong, let us know at
No, 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 no.
benzemail at yahoo.com and
Oh,
gmail.com.
I thought you meant me. I was like, go ahead, Paul, and no, but I was wondering because you're much more of a car guy than me. I was wondering if there's a certain
it is
manufacturer that
it is ethanol. And it is mixed, that's why it is mixed into standard gasoline cars. But if you use a flexible fuel vehicle, it cannot run on a high level blends like E85, which is up to 85% ethanol. So
I think E85 is what maybe what I was looking at.
yeah. So if you E10 is standard. It's 10% ethanol and 90% gasoline. E15 or unleaded 88 contains 15 ethanol and is approved for use in standard cars built in 2001 or later. So you have to have a flex fuel car to use the E85.
I wonder what flex fuel car is out there.
Ford makes a flex fuel car. In fact, I think it's
Okay.
called the Ford Flex.
Oh, is that what that is?
I just remember it's an SUV kind of boxy thing. I remember just seeing like, the flex fuel badge on one.
Did I ever tell you that this when Jennifer and I were looking for a car when we eventually got the Prius C from Japan, specifically for cities. When we got the Prius C, um, we had been looking at a fully electric vehicle, and we were looking at the Spark, and then we found out the Spark isn't an electric vehicle, and that seemed wrong to us.
Was it a hybrid?
No,
It
it's
was a
just called the
fully
Spark.
gas. Well, that's how gas creates combustion.
Although, if you
It
think about it,
ignites when the spark
yeah.
plug.
But the what was the name of the smart car? For a
Yeah,
little while, the smart car was not electric, just like Netflix used to send things through the mail.
I've never known
Um,
any electric smart cars. I've only known gas cars. They've just been very tiny.
oh, I thought that they now have electric versions.
I have
And on
not
that
seen
note,
a smart car in ages.
Ben, for a little while anyway, the car to go, they were all smart cars.
Yeah, yeah, for a minute.
So, all right. With that, we're at the end of this episode of the GudeLaurance podcast, Ben. How exciting
Yay.
is that?
It's very
Um,
exciting.
we're gonna go and end the podcast, but we're gonna be right back here recording a new episode in just a little bit. So stay tuned for next week, which for us will be
In
a
a
couple
couple
minutes from
seconds.
now. Yep. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. We're not clear. We're
Uh,
still streaming, but I'm
yeah.
stopping.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna export the audio. Uh,
Little behind the scenes. Check a check a
Yeah.
check a check a check.
It is August 12th. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, correct. You're correct, sir.
Okay. August
The 812,
12th. 812.
which is an
I
area code.
812. Is that something? A license plate that says I 812? I think so.
I don't know, but it's also the area code for the southern third of Indiana.
What?
For you fans of southern thirds out there,
I almost named this B instead of A, Ben.
I would have figured it out eventually.
Could you believe it? All right. And here we are.
Believe it. Let me know when you're recording again.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, do we want to start? Oh yeah, let's do. Let me let me record. Hold on one second. Just a little glimpse behind the scenes for everyone. I am currently uploading last week's podcast, even as we speak. And again, I'm
Last
just
week's.
working through mud. Yeah, because I'm uploading the 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 one that we recorded
The
number
A.
A.
Yeah.
We're so I'm deleting. This is what we always do, you guys. I'm deleting the August 5th podcast,
I can still see it. Oh, it's gone.
and now I am uploading.
It's if
This is
by
pretty
magic.
exciting. I am uploading the August 12A podcast, and it's going now.
Which will
So
probably be the next show that drops.
very exciting for the people. Of course, my phone is blocking the bar, so I'm not going to see what the progress is. But as soon as it posts,
Oh.
I'm going to be able to see it
Yeah.
because it's going to show up in the folder itself. Let me make sure that I'm still recording. I believe that I am. Yes, I am. Ben, this is exciting podcasting for the people at home.
Are you recording?
There, yes, I have been recording. Yes, when I went like this, I'm sorry. That's what I meant. I was like
I
a recording.
didn't
Oh,
see that.
do you oh no. Um I saw myself do it. That's what the problem was. I was like, well, this must be working.
In that case, Paul
Do you want
Goody.
Ben Lawrence? And there we go. Now
Hey.
we'll be able to be synced up. Um some of it is me talking to myself, I'm guessing. Some of
Yeah,
the first bits.
usually is.
Yeah, but in this case, folks, I was actually talking to Ben. He could hear me the whole time, but you couldn't. Little peek behind the curtain there. That was me uploading the recording, which is still going to be uploaded. It's taking. It says 2 minutes.
Taking forever.
It might be because I'm recording now while I'm uploading, but I don't think so. I mean,
I
it's a
I
totally
can't
different.
imagine that would
It's a
affect it.
totally different workflow.
Yeah.
Maybe it normally does take this long, and I just don't notice because I'm talking to you about stuff and I'm not paying attention.
We're on the super secret post show Patreon show
Yeah, when we talk about the Patreon, which doesn't exist, and if it does exist,
and
there
never
is a
will.
problem.
Yeah.
Um, this is what we do basically. We talk about this, or I might say something that is maybe controversial that I didn't
Right.
want to say to Ben, or it's something private about my like home life or
About that rash you have.
yeah, hey, let me talk about this for just a
Does
second.
this look
I
infected to you?
what I'm saying is it's
Does this
no,
taste infected to
if
you?
if it's what I'm saying is if it's on the skin and not like under the skin, it's fine. right? That's what we've all. It's only if it's under the skin that you got to worry about it. This is what I understand. Because Scarlett Johansson, she's gonna take you to her spaceship and then kill you in general.
That is a reference I don't know.
Spoilers for Under the Skin, ladies and gentlemen.
Never saw it.
Uh,
Never heard of it.
it's good. It's cinema verite,
Ah,
kind of. Um,
that includes a spaceship.
well, another place where Scarlett Johansson goes to be an alien. I think of that the spaceship, but I don't know if it is ever specifically a spaceship. Um,
Shit.
but you don't know about that film, Ben?
No,
You don't know about that film Under the Skin. So yeah,
I don't.
Scarlett
Don't shame
Johansson.
me for it, sir.
Scarlett Johansson. I won't shave you for it either. We'll see what happens.
Shave you for $1.
She wanders around, uh, talks to people who aren't actors, and tries to convince them to go somewhere with her. And if it works, then they sign a release and they appear uh, to be killed by her in some sort of weird alien spaceship. It's very cool.
Alrighty. How
Uh,
how old is this film?
Under the Skin, probably, I don't know, 10 years, maybe,
Okay,
I want to say. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. Under the Skin.
I'm gonna look it up because I've never heard of this movie.
Is it Chris? Who's the guy that did yes, you say yes. You say Sexy Beast. Who did that? The film Sexy Beast. Who directed
Who?
that?
I don't know who directed it.
Hmm.
Hmm, interesting.
When you look at Under the Skin, tell me who directed that.
It is directed by Jonathan Glazer.
Yes, Jonathan Glazer. So not Chris at all, but I think it's the same guy. Check
Close
and see
enough.
if check and see if Jonathan Glazer directed Sexy Beast.
Already
My
closed IMDb.
my brain is working.
Haven't seen Sexy Beast either, but at least I've heard of it. Jonathan Glazer was the director.
Hey, he also directed a couple of Aphex Twins videos that were pretty cool.
Come to Daddy. I don't know if he directed
That
that
is,
one,
yeah,
but
yeah, that is one of the ones he directed. He directed that. He directed Window Licker, I believe.
is that the one with the very, very long limousine in the beginning?
I believe that is the one with the very, very long limousine in the beginning. Disturbing music
Yeah.
videos, probably Jonathan Glazer.
There's there's a sound bite. I think it, I can't remember what band. It might be RJD2. Is there's um a breakdown, and he plays a sound clip of like somebody talking, like it sounds like at a stand up on a stand up routine or just in front of a bunch of people, and this guy says he sell a lot of records, but he sell a lot more, man, if he didn't have his picture on the cover. And it's a non sequitur. You don't know what's happening. You don't know who he's
Right.
talking about. But I'm like, in my mind, he's referencing Aphex Twin.
Wow. Possible. Possible.
I wish I knew what song that was.
And what I mean by that is it's possible that's who he's talking about. Who
Yeah.
could say? And I
Who
can't
could
say.
say? He does have an
Um,
interesting look, that Mr. Twin.
yeah. Used to live in a bank vault.
Huh?
He used to live in a bank vault. He bought an old bank.
Ah, and he slept in the vault like a
I
vampire.
I believe like a vampire do. Yeah. Um, and why not? I ask you. Um, so this is the second second recording that we've done today, and I gotta say, if you look at my mustache again, hasn't gotten any longer, hasn't gotten any shorter. That's how you know
It's
I'm wearing the
whimsical.
same clothes. I love this mustache, Ben. I The only reason
Why don't you
why
marry it?
okay, I will. You remember that?
Yeah, from Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Yep. Do you remember what it was that he loved that he ended up marrying?
Was it a piece of pie or cake or something?
You're so close, Ben. You're so close. Rice pudding.
Rice pudding. I do not remember the rice pudding.
Yeah.
I
Oh
know. I knew it
boy.
was food, though.
Yeah. Ah, Paul Rubens. Gone too soon. And yet, eh,
Pissed off a lot of people along, or alienated a lot of people along the way.
yes. Alien 8 people sounds a
That's what
little bit
Alien
like
do.
Under the Skin. Um,
And bring it around.
yeah, that's what I was just thinking about. The alien that Scarlett Johansson plays in Under the Skin maybe looks a little bit like the alien that was is it Atom City or Atomic City? It's Atomic City, right?
Oh,
Um,
another property I've never seen.
oh, it's Atomic City though, isn't it?
Sure. Makes more sense than
Um,
Atom City.
yeah, I think it's Atomic City. Anyway, there's an alien in that,
Okay.
and Scarlett Johansson's in that,
Hey,
but she's not the alien in it, so who knows?
what is this? A crossover episode?
Who is that guy? The French Dispatch, the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson. I like him. He's one of ours. He's an American. Can you
He,
imagine it? Can you believe it?
I like him. He came over and brought me leftovers once when I was really hungry. When I was
That
sick, he
did.
made soup.
When I was sick, you made me soup, and so Wes Anderson, you are in our good graces. So this is the thing that I am starting to realize, Ben. I've
So,
started to see America from the eyes of other countries.
dangerous hobby.
And here's the big thing about us that well, we've talked about this on the podcast before, but I really am stopping. I'm really trying to quit doing it. People from the United States uh, oftentimes like to talk about ourselves in terms of the country that our ancestors came from uh, by saying I'm Irish or
Yeah,
I'm Polish or I'm German or whatever. And especially
represent.
Ireland, but maybe other places as well, uh, have said, hey, stop doing that. Because there are people who are Irish who whose ancestors came to Ireland from India. They're Irish, and so the idea of someone from the United States saying I'm Irish because of the genetic makeup of my ancestors um, is seen, at least by some in Ireland, as being rooted in racism, which is interesting. And I find it, I find it very American centric of me to think that saying that is normal, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I,
In
I, I
in
have
America, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I've not heard of anybody from Europe getting upset with Americans when they mention their ancestry or lineage. Or I mean, I can get it if they're claiming to still be Irish, as if you had a Irish passport.
I was thinking about it because you mentioned stand-up comedy, and there were some stand-ups who have done bits on that, several different, and on TikTok as well. And this is when I before I had left TikTok, so it would have been years ago. um, expressing that sentiment. So I found it interesting. Um, but the other thing that it does is it makes me think of, like, if we if we think about stuff that is just America, right? Like, if you don't think about, you have to see the striations, right? It's interesting, right? The U.S. has uh, a great influence of Mexican culture, right? And I don't think the Mexican people living in the United States would say, that they aren't Mexican, right? But in the same way, Mexican culture in America, that's American, if that makes sense.
It's a big claim.
I feel like I'll give you another example. Chinese culture in America. There are some things, and I don't know what they are because I'm dumb. That's also American. But there are things that we have in the United States that Chinese Americans have made that were made here in the United States, not in China. Some foods, some things of that nature.
Yeah,
And and it is no less,
part of the culture has been Americanized.
but and this is my point. It's not the Americanization of their culture. It's their culture, them living in America. They have made a thing that is part of America, still uniquely theirs, but it builds part of America. So the whole idea that, um, and I don't know what it is. I think it might be. I want to say that maybe it's. Oh, I can't think of the word. I can't think of the word. Um, I don't want to say chop suey. I don't think that's it, but it might be chop suey.
Some sort of food that
There's
is
a food that is,
considered Chinese cuisine, but you say it's America.
well, it is part of America. Yes. Um, okay. As an example, hot dogs, right? They're sausages in some sense.
Yeah.
They come from Poland, come from Germany, whatever. Hot dogs, very American. I often thought that American as apple pie was a joke because of Dutch apple pie, but maybe it's not. the
Well, I
The
mean,
point
I've
is,
not been to Italy, but I hear that American pizza is very American and nothing like the pizza you get in Italy.
yeah. So that pizza,
You
so
know,
American pizza,
teriyaki
as
is a
an
very
example.
Northwest thing. It's based in Japanese cuisine, but it is it was it's basically a Northwest dish that was developed here.
Is there a
But it's all
word like
foreign.
chop
Ooh.
suey that
Chow
I'm
mein.
chow mein? Maybe chow mein. Um, God, this is gonna drive me nuts.
You're
It
trying to
may
think
it
of
may just it
a
may just be that I'm thinking of chop suey. There's a type of Asian food, and there are restaurants that say it on the outside, and it might just be chop suey. That might be all that I'm thinking of. But is there something that sounds like chop suey? It's two words that is some sort of Asian dish,
I've said my answer,
which was chow mein.
but I don't know to which you were referring.
It might just be chop suey, and if it's not chop suey, I'm gonna have to
And
correct
chop
myself in a
chop
future.
suey or not, is this another illustration of this is America?
Yeah. I'll give you another example. Obviously jazz is America. Country music right, is America. It has its roots in other places, but it's all there. What I'm I guess what I'm getting at is there are things that immigrants from other countries have made here in the United States that, well, people from other cultures who now live in America, not always immigrants, sometimes they've been stolen and placed here in the United States, etc. Um, the the culture is theirs, and it is also part of American culture. There's a fake American. This is, I guess, this is what I'm getting at.
That's, I mean, you could say that's
There's
what
a
makes American culture is everybody else coming together.
there was a fake American culture that was created and pushed right after World War II that is still alive and kicking in the Midwest and things like that, right? Of this is what America is, but America was all the other stuff as well,
Yeah.
and that's cool. Um, and I feel like there is an idea that some people, I'm choosing my words carefully. Some people in the United States think that say, well, if I'm not allowed to do it, not allowed, I'm putting my allowed in quotes. If I'm not allowed to do it, then that's not America because it's not because I'm American and I'm not allowed to do this thing. That's not America, which is untrue. Um, the fact that you are either uh, unable to do it because of deficiencies or because it's a closed practice, whatever, doesn't mean that it's any less American. Talking now about, of course, hip hop. Uh, and we know what the pillars of hip hop are, or I think there are four of them, Ben. It's breakdancing, rap, graffiti, and I believe musical theater. Not exactly positive about the last one, but
Musical theater.
I'm making that up. That's not exactly correct. I was going to say improvisational comedy, but because of Wild 'N Out, that may actually be a real thing now. There are. Could you look up then the four pillars of hip hop? I,
DJing.
I I think DJ. Okay, so that's what I didn't know if rap and DJ were split or not,
DJing
and they
and
are.
MCing, also considered rapping, are two different things.
Oh, emceeing is what rap. Yes. So and then graffiti art and breakdancing.
Correct.
Breakdancing, not as prominent, um,
Not anymore. It used to be very big.
but yeah, it was huge. And I think it has a chance to go further, but I do like the idea that there's a fifth pillar of hip hop and always making the fifth pillar of hip hop something like improv comedy, or um,
Opera.
pickleball. Um, yeah, something lame. Uh, Improv comedy is not lame. I love it. It's the best, Ben. Um,
Sketch comedy.
Sketch. That's, yeah, very commedia dell'arte as the fifth
Are you saying Commedia dell'arte
pillar.
is lame?
No, I'm saying that commedia dell'arte is it was raw and vibrant at its time and is now housed in academia. I'm saying the the community, Ben, it needs to come back and be reinvigorated. I think in a different world, skateboarding could have been the fifth pillar of hip hop, and maybe it almost is. I don't know.
I wonder if you'd be able to lump that in with breakdancing, integrating
Maybe.
skateboarding into your dances.
And to the people who love hip hop who are here, I apologize. None of this is there is real sacred stuff, Ben, about this thing. We were born before it happened. Wait, you were
We
born
used
right
to
as it was
we
happening.
used to do breakdancing at recess when I was in elementary
Oh
school.
yeah, we loved it. Ben, I'm about to show you something that I found while working through a book. I'm going to be very careful. Ben, working through a box.
Paul is now opening up what looks like a poster. Breaking moves, the New York City break by the New York City Breakers. All right.
I'm going to get this framed. I'm going to take this to Michael's and get it framed.
Yeah, it does look quite fragile.
It is, oh boy, oh boy. So it covers the electric boogie, body popping, moonwalking, top rocking, footwork, and head spin.
Head spins was something I could never do.
You weren't supposed to in my school. It was illegal.
No, because if you didn't do it properly, you could probably hurt yourself pretty well.
You could probably hurt yourself pretty well doing it properly if you're totally honest. Oh
Yeah.
boy. Okay, so um I am still on the low carb, low sugar diet. And something that it does that's really weird is it makes your back hurt. Have we talked about this?
I don't believe we have. Your back hurts because of your diet?
Yeah. Um, there's a loss of fluid that happens, I think is the way it works between the spinal column. Listen, I don't know exactly how it works, but if you drink magnesium supplements, you got to make sure you get the right one because there's another kind that's a whatever you call it, laxative. So you
Mm,
don't do that one.
the milk of
But if you
magnesia.
if you drink the magnesium supplements, it helps. But yeah, so it's kind of weird thing. I was thinking about getting a standing desk, and then I looked it up a little bit, and standing desks, standing all the time or sitting all the time, neither are very good for you. What you really need to do is get up and move every once in a while.
Yeah, yeah. My
So
watch reminds me to do that all the time. I
is that an Apple Watch, Ben?
Yeah, it is an Apple Watch.
Can we? Were you about to talk about something else?
I was just gonna say that when my back starts hurting, I don't blame my diet. I just blame getting old.
Oh yeah. Well, I blame my diet. And it's this is the thing is I started noticing a correlation, and I
And
looked it up, and it's true. But
you know what Mike Doty
when you
says.
yeah, it's not just the super genius super
Super
is that
genius.
not just that. I mean, it is true. It's a very very good principle. Speaking of very good principles, I never had one. All of my principles were I did have a principal, Principal Bush, who encouraged me to leave school early, and so I did
I
because I
have
was
no
a
opinions.
troublemaker.
I have no opinions on the principals in my schools because I never had to go to their office.
Hmm. So
Too much
Ben,
of a good kid.
let's talk about your Apple Watch.
Why?
What do you use it for? You've had it for a while, right?
Yeah, few years, mostly to tell time.
You
I
mostly
don't.
look at it to
I
tell time.
don't do anything fancy. It tells me the weather. It tells me the temperature outside. It tells me when it's going to rain next. It
Um,
when I walk, it says it looks like you're working out, and so I hit a little button that says keep track of this. And then at the very end, it says end workout, and it tells me like how long how far I walked, and what my calorie burn was, and what my heartbeat was, my heart
Now,
rate.
what could you do with it that you are not doing?
I don't wear it to bed anymore. It can tell you like what quality of sleep you get, and like tells you like when you entered REM sleep, how when you were deep sleeping, how long you were awake, how long you were asleep. But I don't wear it to bed anymore because I just realized I'm not interested in those metrics. I don't want to wear a watch to bed.
Ah, I wear my watch to bed, but it's
But
just a
I
phone.
get like
I mean, just a watch.
I can receive and reply texts on here. I can answer phone calls on my watch. I've not done that before, but that's a capability.
Hmm. Okay. Could you?
Are you looking to buy one? Is that am I being a
Well,
salesman?
I don't know. Here's the thing. I think about it all the time because I'm like, when I was a kid, I wanted a cool watch, and now they exist, and I just have my analog watch.
I'll tell you one of the coolest things I did when I was in New York City a number of years ago, and I used my watch to pay for subway tickets. So I never
Oh,
had to take my wallet out of my pocket. Never had to take my phone out of my pocket. I would just like double tap or long press the crown here and just hold my watch up to the reader, and the gates would open. That was pretty cool. Made
oh,
it real
that is,
easy to spend a lot of money on on subway fare.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I still have the physical card for my uh red line excursions because I'm always afraid what happens if I run out of power and I need to use the gate. So,
And my position
oh,
is usurped.
I think I need to and show this again. This is again my little pack that I wear around my waist, and I'm going to be gifting my leg bag to Betty. Hopefully, Betty will like it.
Sounds like Edward is having fun outside your door.
Oh, Jennifer's vacuuming,
Ah,
and so that's that. Man, the two little cats. Have I mentioned this to you that they've had full run of the house today?
you mentioned that you had the cats. I think you just got them the last time we spoke about them.
Okay. So, also, by the way, I found out Eclipse the Punisher's name is actually Eclipse because Punisher didn't fit,
A fit
apparently.
on.
The documentation. I don't
Okay,
know. This is just what Betty told me. Um, but so
they're
Eclipse
not
is the
Eclipse the
younger.
pun.
No, it's Eclipse the and Ghost Rider Stardust. Ghost Rider Stardust um, is the more adventurous of the two.
Uh huh.
Uh, and Eclipse is the mother. We're almost positive. Um, and it was
Oh
funny for
right,
a
yeah.
little while. Stardust was bigger than Eclipse, but now Eclipse looks bigger, so that's kind of interesting. Anyway, Eclipse is much more reserved and silent, and Stardust is like running around like crazy and all that.
Yeah.
So they were running around up here, and Edward was secluded in the basement. And now I think they're in Betty's room, and Edward is again running around.
Do
Uh,
you have to keep them separate?
Edward just barks at them a lot, and we're trying to get them more acclimated to the house. And if he rushes at them barking whenever they go in, they just hide under Betty's bed and then don't go anywhere else.
How
So
is
we
Abby's still around? Right, Abby's still with us.
here's the thing. I haven't seen Abby all day today. I haven't. I don't know where she's at.
Okay, and
So she
she's met
might
the new
be.
members of the family. Yeah.
Well,
It is a
I
tricky
mean,
business introducing
yeah,
more cats to a cat that is the cat of the house.
I think she might be hiding in the crawl space because there are two of them, which makes it a little bit different.
Yeah, it's an unfair fight.
Right, and we shouldn't be fighting anyway. Hey, come on.
Let's all just get
So,
along,
you know,
little doggy.
um, did we have any communications with any of the people that? Okay,
Nope. Nobody's
just making
commented.
sure.
No corrections. There's no communiques from the home office.
Everything is going according to plan. Um, so let's see. News wise, I haven't really been paying attention that much. I don't think I know anything at all.
There's two bits of news
Okay,
that
good,
has
good, good.
sort of dominated the casual viewers news cycle.
Ben's gonna guess the news. No, Paul's gonna guess the news, and Ben knows what the news is. All right, let's go, Ben. Give me
Um,
a.
Megan Darling here. She says hi.
Oh, hello, Megan.
It's Paul Goody. She says hi, Paul Goody.
Hello. Hi. I saw her. There she was.
Hey. Um, so our president was in Turkey, I believe,
Our president was
and
in a Turkey.
our president was in Turkey, as they
Oh,
now
okay.
want to be called.
Oh, they want. It's pronounced Turkia,
Turkey. I don't know how he. I haven't heard a native Turkish speaker say it yet.
but but other people have said Turkia.
Yeah, Turkey.
Okay.
You had an extra syllable at the end of the word there. Um, he apparently left in a very unique manner. He had to be smuggled out of Turkey. Um, how if you were going to get on a plane,
Uh huh.
he got on Air Force One and not let anybody see you get on this plane. How would you go about it?
Hmm. Did he uh get loaded on in a coffin?
No, it was not a coffin.
Um, did he
Well,
have a blanket over his head like a perp walk in a?
he did not have a blanket over his head. I'll give you a hint. If
Okay.
he was in there for a long time, he probably could have made himself lunch.
Now,
Paul
Ben,
Paul has a bunch of confused expressions on his face.
Ben, you're not saying that he hid inside of a dining cart like one would at a fancy hotel.
Not you're so close. It's not like one would in a fancy hotel. But what kind of dining carts do they use to move the food from the ground onto the plane?
I don't know what kind of dining carts we're talking
It's
about.
basically the food truck. He hid inside the catering truck.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And I
All
don't
right.
know. I don't know how cramped this thing is because I've never been inside a catering container. But yeah, the news came out that they had to smuggle him on it because here's the thing: they were worried about Iran retaliating against Trump,
Oh,
and so there's been this big to do about who was left basically exposed on the plane that was the decoy.
and who was
Where
that?
things like Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Like
Hmm.
if Iran wanted to wanted to blow up Trump's plane, a number of U.S. officials would have gone with it, but not Trump himself.
Now, call me crazy. But
You're
if
crazy.
I were Iran, I wouldn't want Turkey as an enemy, really, right? I
Really don't
mean,
know who's friends over there or who's not.
Turkey.
Turkey, yeah,
All
yeah.
I know is that Turkey is the country whose bodyguards like got into a brawl in Washington D.C. Do you remember that?
I don't.
Oh, it was crazy. There was like a big fight in Washington D.C. a couple years ago. When I say a couple these days, it could be like five. But yeah, if you're looking something up, look up Turkish bodyguard Washington D.C. fight,
I wasn't
and
looking it up. I
it's
was writing on the show notes as we speak. The other
some
thing, I'm not going to make you
people.
guess, but like, do you know who Carolyn Levitt is?
Ooh, that name does sound familiar. Um, where would I know Caroline Levitt from? The Trump administration?
Yes,
Is it the press secretary?
she is.
Okay. All right.
Why
Yay,
would
I did it.
so why would I ask you if you knew who Caroline Levitt, the press secretary, was?
Um, I'm just gonna guess she got fired.
I don't know for what reason, but Trump announced that she was no longer the press secretary.
Hey, look at me, I did it. Standard standard thing. She was 26 going on 40, if I remember correctly. Um, and yeah, there's a lot of oh man, I just if you wait long enough, the people start leaving. This is all I'm saying.
No, but
It's
come on, Paul. He hires the best people.
the best people, and then he's never heard of them and met him once or twice.
Yeah,
Oh, I gotta okay, Josh Brolin. Is it Josh Brolin?
he is one of
Um,
the Brolins.
is he the one who is Thanos?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay, so I was watching YouTube. I've mentioned this before. I think I watch YouTube on the television, and I can hardly stand it because of all the commercials. Yeah, we did talk about this. Anyway, he was talking about just weird things about his life in Hollywood and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and he mentions meeting Donald Trump before he was president,
Yeah.
and like how they were kind of friends even stuff like that. And he
Yeah.
said it was the weirdest thing. He was over at his house, and Donald Trump talked about remodeling the bedroom or something like that. And he was like, and I said to him, well, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we should go see it. He's like, yeah, we should go see it. And then we didn't move. And I said, well, I'd love to take a look. He's like, yeah, we should. And he didn't move. And the whole time it was, and he said, eventually I said, well, I guess I'll see you. And
Yeah.
we left. And he said it was the weirdest thing. He couldn't say no to me. He just didn't physically move from where he was sitting. And I think that's interesting because
Conspiracy theorists, start your engines.
that is a really hard thing to deal with. I run into this problem sometimes with people that I meet in some capacities where I'm like, we should do this. And they're like, yes, agree, 100%. This should happen. I'm like, great. Can we? I'm and then eventually what I do is I say, I'm going to do it. If you don't want this to happen, you have to let me know because
Yeah.
otherwise this is happening.
You got to
And
set expectations.
I need to mention to people that I'm speaking of as coyly as I can about work and tasks because I don't talk about work. I'm not, if I say this is happening and if you don't tell me, I'm not going to stop doing it, we have to understand that we are talking about a a task that I have to complete, a work item, not some sort of interpersonal interaction that I'm having with another person. Want to make that clear. Don't play this clip later and claim that I was saying something different.
I
Like
have
I
heard that
know,
season 2 of The Lowdown is coming out soon. Did you watch The Lowdown? Speaking of Josh Brolin. No,
remind
that's
me
Ethan
what the
Hawke.
load.
For some reason, Josh Brolin and Ethan Hawke inhabit the
Oh,
same space in my
interesting.
mind.
I like Ethan Hawke. Um, remind me what the lowdown is. I don't think I've seen it.
He plays like not a gonzo journalist, but like a reporter. He calls himself like a truth historian,
Yeah,
and he gets involved in some shady dealings. And he's one of those. It's a really great show. He's a character that like just seems to always make the wrong choice,
nice.
gets him into trouble.
What what platform is it on?
I believe it's Hulu,
Yeah, that's why I
but
wouldn't
like,
know it. I
but like, I think the era of what's on Disney Plus, what's on Hulu is coming
yeah,
to an end. It's just going to be one thing. Also, like if you have an Apple TV has its own channel that also shows TV shows from those other channels you have subscriptions to. It can be very confusing.
yeah. I am waiting for. Wow, Edward is really. I'm waiting for them to merge into one thing.
Yeah.
Once they become one thing, then I'll think about it.
Once they all reinvent cable,
So my big problem right now is I kind of wanted to watch The Americans and it's on Hulu, but
yeah.
I cannot. But
I'm
I don't
watching
need
The
to watch.
Shield right now on Hulu. I just started season 6.
It's a good show.
When
It's
I
a
when I
well,
started it,
I
I'm
mean,
like,
is it a good?
ah,
It's a good show. At least
it's
it's entertaining and
so Walton Goggins is in it,
yeah,
and I love me some Walton Goggins. Um, Pounder is great. I've really come to like Jake Carnes, who plays Dutch Wagenbach.
oh yeah,
Um, it's it's the anti-hero kind of show, right? Where Vic Mackey is not a good guy.
right,
And somehow, you're on his side. Um, but it's one of those shows where it was filmed on film and it just looks so different from TV that you see on television today.
yeah.
You can see the grain. You can see the almost the imperfections in the show, which is a stark contrast from the slick, polished, digital looking TV shows that's on television now. Sometimes characters aren't even lit. It's weird. It is
So
filmed very documentary style. A lot of zoom in, zoom out kind of thing.
I feel I feel like I should know what happens on season six. Can you give me just a brief?
I've only watched the first 4 episodes,
Yeah, what
but
or where
so
we're at with things?
massive spoilers for the Shield season
Yes.
5 because there's a thing that happens at the end of season 5 that propels the plot in season 6. So at the end of season 5, Lem Curtis Lemansky dies. So part of the strike team. So season 6 starts with Vic trying to find who killed Lem.
Do we know who killed them?
Oh yeah, we do. It's one of those plot points. Do you not remember it?
Ben, massive spoilers for the show. It wasn't Vic who killed Lem, is
No,
it?
it was not
Oh,
Vic who killed Lem.
who was it?
It was Shane. It was Walton Goggins' character.
Oh, and why
Now here's the
was he
twist.
doing it because he was going to be giving things up and he
So
did
yeah,
it to protect Vic?
so uh 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 Forrest Whitaker's character. Forrest Whitaker has an arc in season 5 and part of season. Forrest Whitaker character tells or feeds the strike team false rumor that Lem was going to turn against them because Lem has struck a deal. So Shane kills Lem because he thinks Lem's going to turn against him. Beginning of season 6, he finds out that's not the case. That was a lie. Lem was going to do more time, but still keep still keep the strike team free and clear.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's
Wow. Wow.
so Walton so Shane has this big moral dilemma because like there's a moment where he realizes he killed his friend for no reason.
And again, Walton Goggins, good actor. So
Yeah.
that,
He's looked the same. This was what in 2005,
yeah,
6, 7, 20 plus years ago. Looks exactly the same these days.
I actually think that what I look like now with the mustache, even the glasses, is closer to who I am. A little nerdy, you know, a little bit more traditional, kind of. Um, you know,
Math teacher Paul Goody says, "Get to class. The bell has rung."
yeah, exactly. I feel like I can get away with more.
More mustache.
And I think in the world of improvisational comedy, Ben, me looking more normal is actually more helpful because people aren't waiting for me to do something
Right. I suppose when you
incredibly
just had
wacky.
the tuft of hair front and center,
Yeah, exactly. Yes, the tuft is was its own.
it was his own character.
It was its own character. It was getting you ready for something
This
crazy is
guy is
about to
going to be
happen.
crazy.
Yeah. Whereas this, it's like, hey, excuse me. I've told you about this before. The thing that I loved about for a little bit, I was working somewhere where I was supposed to be wearing a suit,
Yeah.
and so I would wear the suit, and I found that the suit had a power where I could say to somebody, "Excuse me, can I ask you how many bricks do you think that wall has?" And they would actually try to figure it out. I was like, "This is amazing," and Jennifer was like, "Don't do that." So, but this,
Don't
like I
carouse with
said,
the common folk.
no, no, no. She was saying correctly so. Don't cause problems for other people. So
Don't abuse that
these are
privilege.
my other glasses.
Oh, your spy glasses, your pervert glasses?
Wait, why are they pervert glasses?
No,
Oh yeah,
uh,
because I
the
because I
Ray
have to look like
Ban.
this. Right.
No, the Ray Ban Meta glasses are these thick black rimmed glasses that have cameras and
Oh, okay.
microphones in them.
Gotcha. I might have to get non thick rim glasses then so that people know for sure that I'm legit. I thought
I,
you meant I thought you meant the fact that with these glasses, because of the way that the lenses are, when I'm close to here, I'm always looking at you like this.
oh no, oh because of your
Those,
progressive lenses. No,
yeah.
they're being called pervert glasses because dudes are using them to film women without their consent.
Wow. Well, yeah. Gosh,
I,
may
I
have
have
to.
this I have this hat that I keep on my bag that has a little LED flashlight in the
Oh yeah,
brim.
you told me about this. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and people look at me weird when I wear it because it does like if you just pass me on the sidewalk, it looks like I'm wearing a camera.
Yeah, but in fact, I was going to say if somebody were filming you with pervert glasses, you turn that LED on.
You can't see my
Nice
face.
try, pervert. Yeah, exactly. Well, you can sort of see it, but not well. Pretty interesting. So wow, now I might have to get different glasses, Ben. Hopefully not,
Maybe
but
those will be fine. Look up the meta glasses. See, maybe they're not all the. Maybe there's an indication that they are the meta glasses.
I mean the glasses, in my opinion, the glasses should turn red when you're recording, or like have a blinking light on them or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, so yeah, just another wonderful, wonderful thing in the world of people being.
I want
Oh,
to
do you remember?
say, I want to say that along these same lines, there are certain phones, I think, in certain parts of the world where you cannot take a photo with them silently. They will always play a little camera sound when you take a picture to keep
Yeah,
people from sneaking pictures of other people in public places.
I think that's great. Um, I think you might have. Your friend of mine, Troy Lund, never on the podcast. I don't think Troy was he. Was he ever on the podcast?
No, I don't think
Frequent,
so.
frequent Goody Lawrence collaborator, Troy Lund.
He played the
Um,
master in our American Doctor Who, or
he
the
did
maestro,
indeed.
I guess is that what we called him?
No, no, we called him the master.
We
He
called him the
was,
master. All right.
yeah. Um, so when we were, what was I? What was that? Oh, when we were um in Seattle, he was on a hidden camera show. He got he got a gig on a hidden camera show as an audience member, quote unquote.
Yeah.
That they didn't call it that. He was just a bystander. So they were in a coffee shop on on uh on Broadway, I think, and people were doing weird things and they had to react like they were normal people because it was easier to do that than it was to get consent from all the
Right.
other people for that sort of thing,
So
which
they
I always
they
thought was
they
interesting.
packed the house, as it were,
Yeah.
with plants.
So that's something people who take pictures of other people. Uh, I used to have a hidden camera. It was in an ALF button that I had hooked up to a backpack that I then had in my bag. And I was surprised that people didn't like the fact that I was recording them with my hidden camera when I would
Yeah.
reveal it to them. And now I kind of know that part of it is that on a lot of those cameras, the people who are being filmed actually know it already, and they're just pretending like they don't know, which is very interesting to me.
Lesson learned. Don't take pictures or videos of people without their consent. Don't be
So
creeps. Don't be jerks.
my glasses, these are Oakleys. If you see them, you see how they're sort of bent a little bit
Are they?
when they well, but by design, they
Yeah.
they have a little bit of a
They've
bend
got
to
some
them.
curvature to them.
When they land face down, the lenses do not touch the ground. It sits perfectly here, and then the lenses are
Yeah.
that way. So I like these glasses, but again, I like glasses that have a fixed focal length better. So I like these for when I work on my computer, and then I have the other ones that I use when I'm reading,
I have progressives.
etc.
I've gotten used to them. I've just you know what? I've gotten used to just some things not being in focus. Not
Yeah, I
everything
mean
needs to be in focus.
that's really the way that it. I mean, like I walk around with these on during the day. I just can't see anything,
Yeah.
but I like, like from where I'm sitting now, everything is pretty much everything is in focus. It's when you get a little bit further away that it's not. Um, but oh, so what I was gonna say is that we talked about this a little bit on my on the last podcast. But with the mustache and the coveralls, uh, I not only am a normal guy, I'm also kind of an invisible guy. Like I still look weird, and if you talk to me even for a little bit, you know that there's something going on. But for a brief moment, I'm somewhat invisible, which I like. It's
Yeah.
kind of neat.
I that's one of my superpowers is I can blend in,
Yep.
and I often do. I I may have told this story at some point over the last 10 years or so, but I was in a grocery store out on the coast buying dinner, and standing in line with a bunch of people. And the guy, the cashier, was very chatty, talking to everybody. So he's talking to the young couple that is before me. They finished their transaction. I put my stuff on the belt. It gets to the front. Never, he the dude never acknowledges me. Never even says, "How you doing? Did you find everything okay?"
Hmm.
Immediately focuses on the stunning blonde that is next to me in line and her boyfriend. Never looks at me. Never talks to me. Maintains conversation and eye contact with her as he is checking out my groceries. I say thank you when I leave. Doesn't even acknowledge that, and just I was gone. It was like I was never even there.
You think that maybe you were a ghost? It's possible.
But he still took my money.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's how you. Yeah. If you had just slipped away, who knows? There was a time when, like, you know me, I'm a rules follower a little bit. There was a time when Jennifer, Benny, and I went to Six Flags, and Jennifer and I were in line a couple of times where people were like looking on their phones and not moving. And so
Yeah.
I like made eye contact with her. I was like, just like, and we just walked past them,
Oh yeah.
and they just never even knew. And then they would figure it out, but by that time there were more people between us and them, so they couldn't just say to us, "Hey, we were there" or whatever.
That happened to me at Dick's the other day. I was there, Dick's up here in Broadway, two, maybe sometimes three lines, gets kind of long, and
Mm,
and stretches out on the sidewalk. I go bebopping up, and there's the three lines, and then there's a group of people, like six people, standing sort of adjacent to one of the lines, and I'm like, maybe they're in line.
yeah.
Nobody's looking at the line. And as I'm walking up, I see the line move forward, right? And none
Yeah.
of them move. None of them are clocking the line. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I get into that line. Another line,
Mm,
and more people line up behind me. That's how busy it was.
yeah. Yeah.
And then they realize what's going on, and they like look at me, and they're like, "Did you cut in front of us?" I didn't want to start a thing. I was just like, oh, sorry guys, I didn't realize you were in line. So I went and I got into a different line. But like, I'm not the jerk here.
Yeah.
Have have some social awareness when you're
Did
standing
you
in
cut
line for a very busy place.
now? Now this is also the other side of things. Again, old Paul wouldn't do this. New regular dude Paul, maybe. Did you just cut in front of us? No. And then just I didn't. I
Six
no, I
against
didn't.
one wasn't going to
Well,
start an
well,
argument.
well, and here's the thing, right? Um, I got in line, but I didn't cut in front of you.
Yeah,
Oh no, no. Yeah, no, you're right though. I probably would have done the same.
kind
I
of left a
I
bad taste in
probably
my mouth the rest of the
no
day. Honestly,
knowing how I am, I probably would have bowed to them and gone behind them and anyone else who showed up for the next 2 minutes.
well, this is why I went to a different line, because what happened was, after saying, "Oh, I didn't realize you were in line," got out of line. They got in line. Everybody behind me, there's like three people behind me, got in line after them. So like, great. Now I'm suddenly behind nine more people.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That makes sense. I would probably have done the same thing. Yeah, I was wondering what happened to the other people.
Yeah,
Cause yeah, at that point, dude, come on. It's not just you
yeah.
anymore. Yeah. All right. Hey,
Main
speaking about it's
character
not just you
syndrome.
anymore, we are good.
Oh, are
We're
we at the end?
doing yep, yep.
Oh, and with that,
Ben, as always, wonderful to talk to you.
likewise, Paul. I'll hope you have a good week. Keep it wrong. How's it happening?
Keep it
All the
wrong. How's it happening?
things.
Ben is one of the coolest people in the world. He helped me move from Seattle. to Illinois, even though I wasn't there, and he just put
Yep.
everything in a pod for me. And
Cleaned out your
I need to
entire
say it
house.
every once in a while, just in case people forget. Lest they forget, Ben, I'll talk to you later.
I will not let them. All right. See you later, Paul.